6 months, I've been working on my own NFT project.
Yo, oh shit.
It's a really fun game.
Zilla. So let's keep watching.
I lost around $50,000 in cryptozoo.
I lost $40,000.
$500,000 Australian.
I'm telling you, it's just a picture. There's nothing I can do with it.
$500,000 is crazy though. Like $500,000 in a Logan Paul project is crazy. I won't even put more than $100 in that shit. That is crazy.
We had a issue with cryptozoo where our lead developer took the code that he made, fled to Switzerland, actually fled to Switzerland, and like held it hostage for $1 million.
He literally never gave me anything at all, ever. Eddie promised me, 5% tokens and $1 million. He never literally
$1 million.
Who's Eddie?
He got scammed out of $1 million, bro.
What's this random guy doing in Logan Paul's project? And who is he? Who is Eddie Ibanez?
To begin answering the question of who Eddie is, I decided
my teeth.
I started by looking through all the news articles I could on Eddie, where I found out he graduated from MIT.
W stalker.
Became a data scientist and cybersecurity
W
expert,
researcher.
and used that technical
Oh my
background to
god.
win a Super Bowl for the Eagles. And there were videos on him too, which all painted him as brilliant and extremely accomplished.
Yes, hi, my name's Eddie Ibanez. I'm a father of 3, lead developer here at cryptozoo.
Okay.
As a teenager, he successfully hacked AOL from his bedroom.
W hack
to pursue computer science until attending MIT.
Yo,
he was then
I remember a show where this guy successfully hacked the CIA website and got information. No, I'm fucking stupid. That was Transformers. Oh, damn.
recruited out to work for a government agency in cybersecurity, developing software that reverse engineers the location of known government and terrorist threats.
You started with the federal government, and you started off really tracking criminals with burner phones and all.
Honestly, after this whole search, I felt more confused than ever.
Your whole
If
YouTube
Eddie's
channel is
such
going to
an
be
amazing
gone.
guy, why didn't he pay developers? And is he really the puppet master behind cryptozoo?
W
or
scammer.
is it someone else? Honestly, I felt like at this point I needed a drink and I needed to ask for help.
Coffee, how's it going?
Not good.
Oh, what happened?
Well, I'm confused about this Eddie Ibanez guy. He comes out of nowhere with this cryptozoo story, and everything about him I find seems great.
So, what's the problem?
Well, everything's not great. Everything about this guy just seems too perfect. He's an MIT grad.
Alright, first off, I know this is off topic, but first off, I fucking love the VFX. I fucking love his effects. It's fucking great. The voice acting is fucking great. This is like low B tier Hollywood movie. This is a B tier Hollywood movie type shit. Like most A-list Hollywood movies can't do this. I fucking love it, bro. Props to Coffee, bro.
He even claims he won a Super Bowl. Why would that
He
guy
won
work
a
for
Super
Logan
Bowl.
Paul?
I don't know. But I
They
can
probably
find
were
out.
friends.
You said his name is Eddie Ibanez?
I think he goes by Eduardo technically, but
Eduardo.
Wait, what are you doing?
I'm just looking around. And done.
Well,
wow.
what'd you find?
Few red flags, couple of misdemeanors.
Misdemeanors.
A few court cases.
Court cases.
I'll send him over. He got sued by his landlord for not paying rent, sued by his credit card company for not paying his bill.
Damn.
Skip that stuff. I just need what.
Damn, he haven't been paying shit to nobody.
That is
Damn.
relevant to cryptozoo.
Well, that's basically it. Other than, hold on. No, wait, I did find something. Look at this.
What's this?
It's from a paper in Philly.
Philly-born tech founder who falsely claimed he had an Eagle Super Bowl ring and helped the CIA terrorists got 1.5 million PPP loans as his company went up in flames. That nigga is a top scammer.
Barely picked it up.
Wow.
The reporter says Eddie's entire story is fake.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the whole Eddie Ibanez character. This guy Adam Robb investigated it. He says it's a lie.
I gotta find this guy. Here, send me his info. I got some calls to make.
Coffee.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We met up with Adam Robb, the reporter who's been investigating Eddie Ibanez for a while now. And I wanted to know, what did Adam think of him when they first
fucking
met?
scammer.
I wasn't quite sure what to make of him. Based on what I knew about him, he
Why the
was
fuck he
a
look like that?
MIT grad who... I wasn't quite sure what to make of him, based on what...
Why he look like that? He looks like a very silly guy to be around. Like, he looks like a very silly guy to be around. Like, what?
He was a MIT grad who went on to work for the CIA and the Defense Department.
Okay.
And I didn't want to waste his time. And it wasn't long after I sat down that I realized he was wasting my time.
Can you tell me about some of the lies Eddie told you?
Eddie has told me so many lies over the course of my 2 interviews with him. And the first lie he told me is probably the oldest lie that he's told so many people,
Claimed to be
which
an
is that he's an orphan. I first realized Eddie might be lying to me when I went home the next day and Googled Eddie Ibanez's family. I found a video of Eddie and his wife making rice pudding on a Fox and Friends segment on Fox News.
Okay.
And Eddie's wife, Jackie, explained that she learned the recipe from Eddie's mother.
So in the picture you got Jackie Ibanez, you know her along with her husband Eddie and her 2
He's probably adopted.
girls. You love rice pudding.
He's
Why
probably
is this a family
adopted,
recipe?
okay?
Okay, so Eddie's mom made this rice pudding once.
Wait, Eddie's mom?
Bro,
I
look,
thought Eddie
he's probably adopted. Come on, think
was
about
an
it.
orphan. Well, it turns out the only problem with that
Or I
is that
don't know
not
the
only
meaning
does his
of
mom
orphans.
exist, she's alive and in his life. And it turns out it wasn't just Adam that heard this story either. He told it a lot.
Did you ever meet his mother or his parents?
I did meet his mother.
Did he ever tell you he was an orphan?
Yes.
How did he square that with you?
So that's why I'm so confused. He told me he was an orphan and all this stuff, but then I meet his mom.
He told me he was an orphan and then I met his mother is quite the string of words.
That
But
is-
as insane as these lies are, let's be real. It doesn't explain why CryptoZoo failed. But the next
He
lies
is a liar,
kind
though.
of do. Because part of Eddie's story is also that he went to MIT where he was recruited to the CIA. And it's part of why he was so attractive as a lead developer, all the wild experiences that he had had. But it's just not true.
I emailed the MIT registrar's office and I asked if Eddie Ibanez attended the school, and they confirmed in absolute terms that he never attended MIT.
That's right. The whole orphan to MIT origin story, it wasn't true.
All I gotta say, that if a story is too good to be true, this is a lesson to you guys. If a story is too good to be true, it is too good. Somebody is trying to sell you something that's too good to be true. Then it is too good to be true. He is scamming the shit out y'all right now.
Eddie's whole backstory from here kind of falls apart as well. How could he have been recruited to a government agency out of MIT if he never went to MIT? If this is all seeming crazy to you, you might ask yourself, who would believe all this? And
Logan
this
Paul?
is where Eddie shines. He kind of had a gift for getting people to believe in the lies.
I
he
really
told.
feel like I really feel like Logan Paul is the extremely gullible type of guy. You know, like you could tell Logan Paul that the sky is blue and the sky is green, and he'll really believe
Rich
it.
and powerful people for some reason. Like, take for instance this story, him winning the Super Bowl for the Philadelphia Eagles. He managed to convince the owner of the New York Yankees that it was true, Barry Klarberg, who completely bought into it without question and told the same story later in a college seminar.
Let's go right into the work that you did for the Philadelphia Eagles, which led to a Super Bowl championship, led to you getting a Super Bowl ring.
Yep.
Tell us exactly what your job was to do for them and how it worked out.
Did he get
No, sure thing. So first off, they said like, we don't know where to put you.
Look at the smile on this nigga face. He know he got y'all. He knows he got y'all right here. Got y'all right here in the lie. You guys are so fucking stupid. The nigga. He got his glasses on. Where the fuck my glasses at? Where the fuck my glasses at, bro? Alright. He got his glasses on. Bro, he got y'all, bro. Y'all niggas are so fucking, like, gullible. That is crazy. That is so fucking crazy.
But and then the sports science guy was the one guy. He's like, hey, I got some data. I'm interested. So so we took in his data, and then we found out that these players, what happens is it's like a player as they run around, they get at certain fatigue levels. So if you ever played Street Fighter, the video game, there's like a red bar at the top, and every time you get hit, that red bar goes down until you die, KO.
That's really basic facts. When you run around, you get tired. That is basic facts.
So then we're trying to figure out kind of what that is for a player, and on an injury level, right? There's an injury part that gets knocked down and that gets KO'd.
This is insane. He convinced an owner of the Yankees that he won a Super Bowl by turning sports athletes.
No wonder
into
Yankees are so
Street Fighter
bad
characters.
now.
And of course, none of it's true. The Philadelphia Eagles responded to a fact check saying he never worked for their player analysis team. Not only that, the Eagles also said that Eddie did try to do an in-person presentation in March of 2018, but that was already a month after the Eagles had already won the Super Bowl. And also they didn't hire him because of course not. Meaning there's no way this story is true. And yet he's convinced people at the highest levels of sports that it is. And this is where we get back to cryptozoo, of course, because it's how he got involved with that project. Remember Jeff Levin, Logan's manager, who we spoke to last time? Well, he also spoke to Adam Robb. And when he told him the reasons he liked Eddie, they sounded very familiar.
And did he tell you, I guess, kind of like about like working with the NFL and that kind of stuff and the whole, like his time in the CIA and all that?
He did. And it was interesting. It was like, this is wild, like.
So this nigga Eddie put everybody in the genjutsu just by being in his presence, huh? He really just he really got a Sharingan. The glasses can't fool you. He got Sharingan, huh?
Once again, he's humble and he's not like ever bragging or anything like that.
Wait, but he is bragging. He literally made it all up. The CIA, NFL stories aren't true. How could that not be bragging? But that's the impression Eddie gave off. But that's not all. Because Eddie didn't just use made-up stories to get in with the cryptozoo team. He also used his other connections. His real millionaire and billionaire friends that he's managed to gain with all these fake stories. And some of them vouched for him. People like Chris Birch and Todd Morley.
Chris Birch. What was the thing that kind of like sold you on Eddie? Was it the fact that like Chris and Todd and people like that kind of like have backed him in the past? And like,
I just think he's a down-to-earth, cool, humble guy.
Okay.
Who's been super successful. They're trying to do an agenda, and he's just kind of like, hey, look, I'm super smart in what I know, and I have amazing relationships through business that I've done.
It's incredible. I mean, how does this guy keep getting away with it? Honestly, it's baffling. But I've got to say, up till now, everyone's been fooled sort of fair and square on the same grounds. But I found out cryptozoo did have an advantage that could have saved them all this trouble the whole time.
So a month before the launch of cryptozoo, I got on the phone with Jeff Levin, Logan Paul's manager. And after he spoke fondly of Eddie and his work, I confronted him about some of Eddie's lies, including how he didn't work for the NFL. Jeff told me he doesn't know much about the NFL, but he knows about the business world. And Chris Birch and Todd Morley vouched for Eddie. And so Jeff and Logan were going to continue working with him. Have you ever verified that anything Eddie said about himself is
Birch? Bob more vouch for it. So they're scenes. Even though they exposed the man for life, they just didn't care about their reputation. Like if Logan Paul really cared about his reputation after the fact they found out that he lied, he should have got fired. And they should have stopped doing business for him. I know it's hard to like find new hires, but shit. You rather go through the struggle of finding a new I'd rather go through the struggle of finding a new hire than like ruining my reputation because the person that I hired is a psychological liar or pathological liar.
We verified that it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. We definitely talked to people.
Okay.
And his friends and and people that he said he has relationships with, which we've confirmed them for sure.
Okay.
Because I had trouble with some of that, like with the NFL, like saying that, like, no, we've never worked with him, and that kind of thing. But you've had
the NFL saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like who at the NFL?
The Eagles.
The comms teams for the Eagles and the Dolphins, and then the people specifically he named that he said he worked with.
The Eagles and the Dolphins. Nigga put the Dolphins in there.
Football stuff.
Okay.
You know, I don't have relationships in the football world.
Sure.
But in the business world, you know, we've definitely, you know, talked to multiple people.
Like Todd and Chris, and they backed him.
Correct.
Wait a second. This means at minimum, Jeff knew about Eddie's background beforehand, or part of it, and still decided to go with him. This is just unbelievable.
They did not care about.
Stupidity.
They did not care
Logan's
about
manager,
the reputation,
I assume
bro.
him and the team should have known about this as well. But still, they went forward with it, even though they knew this stuff before launch.
This shit's
now,
giving me a
I started
headache.
to reach out for comments about this because obviously this is a huge deal. But when I did, I got a call from somebody new. Someone with a different perspective that I hadn't heard from before. Jake, the Crypto King. He's been involved
Jake,
with
the
some of
Crypto
Logan's
King.
projects in the past.
Isn't he the guy that scammed Logan Paul out of the Pokemon card?
Like Pokemon, for example. He was called the collectibles guru a few years ago. Nowadays, he goes by Crypto King, and he's an advisor for the cryptozoo project. So let's add him to the conspiracy board. But the question is, what did he have to say? I took a call with him, and he mostly wanted to talk off the record. But when I pressed him, he was willing to at least put one thing on record for me.
He folded
One more
under
thing
pressure.
About Eddie, before we get off of him, we actually
the biggest reason it failed, in my opinion.
Wow.
Because I don't want it to ever be thought that Logan's the reason it failed. He's not. Logan wasn't smart enough for what he tried to build, and then when it was built and was failing, didn't have the ability to correct it and to save face and reputation. It was more convenient to pull out than to be associated with a failing project that the dev rocked. So
Wow, that is crazy. He is the big. Okay.
put that one sentence on the record.
Well,
like on the record or off the record, I don't care. Whatever he said is correct, bro. He said Eddie is the biggest reason that cryptozoo failed. Now, right? Look. cryptozoo is a good project, but the developers didn't really care about the project. The person who thought about the project didn't care about the project, and other people associated with the projects didn't care about the project. And once the project started to fail, everybody pulled out. It's a good project. It is a good project, a good idea. It was just that the wrong people did it at the wrong time, and nothing could compare unless Logan find a way to fix it. Nothing will ever compare to the idea of cryptozoo. Like, that idea is so good. He could have been a billionaire. If you really think about it, that man could have been a billionaire, but he did not really care. He pulled out right when it started. Right when it started
Crypto King
failing.
says it's all Eddie's fault, and this is a nice, neat theory for us. You know, Eddie ruined everything because, yeah, Eddie is a liar. So it does seem to explain how these developers got screwed. But this theory doesn't fit all the facts because Eddie was kicked off the team months ago, and still the game is not working, despite Logan claiming they were going to go back and fix all the problems.
Again, retroactively working to make these projects right, and this just takes time, bro. It just takes time. Development takes time.
Yeah, game development takes time.
To fix things, which isn't ideal, but also this project will speak for itself.
And now, you know, we're working backwards to try to fix it.
This just hasn't happened.
All right, look, I have a theory. Right? Listen. When Logan Paul fired Eddie, he also fired the development team. So now he has to hire new developers to redo everything else that Eddie messed up on. That's my theory. I don't know if it's correct. I don't know if it's right. But Logan Paul fired fired all the developers and got new developers. And now the new developers have to rework the code. And reworking code takes a lot of time, bro. Look. Reworking code takes too long. Like, it takes too fucking long to do.
even a year from launch, the game just doesn't exist. What's worse is the newest dev team, who came on after Eddie, just quit. And one of the reasons was they hadn't been paid for over a month. I know this because Logan's team is leakier than the Titanic, and someone told me that, but we also have blockchain evidence. This is Jeff paying Block Ops, the company they hired out, on July 19th. They were supposed to redo all this work. It's confirmed by their leader, Skip, talking about a first monthly payment on that day. But after that, there's nothing until they quit on September 26th in a post called Our Departure from CryptoZoo. Now, I do have to say, it does look like they were eventually paid, but only a day after they quit. And this is just the same problem as before, slightly different. Nobody can pay these devs on time, and investors end up getting nothing. Screwed. And so I can't buy into the idea that Eddie's at fault for everything, because when Eddie was gone, they had a lot of the same problems. Now, it was only at the point that this dev team quit, Block Ops.
So the biggest issue right now, is that Logan Paul seemed to not have the resources to pay. Right? He seems to not have the resources to pay for the development, to pay the development team. So
things really took a turn, because if the Titanic was leaking before, now it was sinking, and everyone basically gave up hope. You know, from every direction, I started getting messages from all the investors who felt betrayed, who up to this point were holding on to hope. Now they felt defeated. They felt tricked by the CryptoZoo team, who had fed them promise after promise, and they were sick of it.
He was never in the chat or anything, never apologized or told us anything.
Things didn't work out. Things didn't work out. We all get that. But to continuously lie, lead people on, hype people up, to put more money in, all the while in the background, things are going down, things are hitting the fan, and you've left us holding the bag.
I know it was my decision, and I did
That
my
was a
research, but
bad decision.
I believe nobody has to lose money in this way.
And that's when a whistleblower stepped forward and decided enough was enough. They decided to leak me messages, team messages, from the CryptoZoo team, from all the way back in the beginning when they thought of this idea, all the way up to launch. And seeing that, it changed everything. Because all of a sudden, I got a lot of new information. Remember how Jake, the Crypto King, said Eddie was the only problem? Well, a year ago, he was saying something very different. On the day of launch, he said this to the group: Logan, you stole 40 million in tokens from me. You are a scam artist. You are a liar, and you betrayed your own community. You aren't that guy. Logan replies, oh, Jake, trust me, bro. I am that guy.
You aren't that guy.
Story. Yeah, I'll go on the record for you, and yes, I'm going to show you the text message that said we can sell at these ascending market caps, and that it's not like I was trying to rug a project. It's like I put $250,000 into a project plus 6 months of time, and the founder never did anything he said he was going to do, and then hired a bunch of devs that didn't do what they were going to do. And every time I gave advice, the advice was I was told. So there was nothing illegal about that. Ethically, arguable. The rest that Logan did to me was ethically wrong and illegal.
Ooh-wee. This shit is heating up, huh? This shit is hot. This shit is fucking